Hello and welcome to the Space Between Ideas. I'm Blaine Gates. Wow, it's already Friday and I haven't made a video yet. It's just been an absolutely wild week. There's a lot of forces in play and a lot of things that need to get done. Now, today I wanted to share with you a document. So you can see on the site Pasquale. He is a leadership coach from Italy, and we've been talking about once a week for the past year and a half. And it's really interesting. So I'm a management coach. He's a leadership coach. And so, I talk to him about management concepts, and then once in a while he pulls out a leadership concept that really changes the way that I think. Now, he introduced me to this document called Problem Solving Tools by Fred Nichols. And the interesting thing about this document is that it has a page intentionally left blank, and also it has a bunch of problem solving tools. Now, the thing is that I use problem solving tools all the time. I use methodologies, problem solving methodologies. I talk to people who work in a lot of different businesses and who have received all kinds of different types of corporate training. And there are people who are constantly sharing different methodologies with me. I live in this world of methodologies and tools. So I'm used to it. I'm used to seeing a tool, understanding a tool. How does a tool work? And the first thing I wanted to find out was there must be some connection, right? They can't just be what's the ultimate problem solving tool? And how do problem solving tools work? And isn't there some way that all of these things are supposed to connect? So one interesting thing about the end of this document is that they make a distinction between problem solving techniques, problem solving structures to visualize the problem, and then tools for displaying data and information. So what I did was I just went through all of these tools, and what I found out was this. So, I think this is a really good way to look at problem solving process. So first you identify the problem. What is going on? Then you gather the data. What do we know? What are the root causes? What could we do? What's the best thing to do? How do we go about doing it? Has the problem been solved? And then can we improve on what we have done? So I like this. It's a really good way to look at it. And most of these problem solving tools, so if we talk about visualizing, structures for visualizing the problem, that's going to be probably here. So it's going to be, what are the root causes? So when we analyze the data, also here, identifying the problem. So these visualizing problem structures are going to pop up to identify problems and also to analyze the data. Now, obviously, tools for capturing and displaying data, that's going to be here in the gathering and also analyzing the data. And then the third area is here, the problem-solving techniques. That's going to be in here. So what could we do? How do we generate some solutions? And then how do we decide what is the best thing to do? And maybe also, how do we go about doing it? So what I did was I took all of these 24 tools, and I went through them. I read them quite a few times, and what I found out was that at the top we have structure for the ideas. So this was kind of like that idea. How do we structure the problem? So this is about understanding the problem. And generally, when you have a problem, the big thing is, how do you understand the problem and how do you map the problem? Then next, we make a plan and execute it. And then we record what's happening. So maybe you need that to understand the structure of the problem, and maybe you need it to understand the plan.